What's going on, Aries? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the week of August 12th to the 18th, 2024. So in this reading, Aries, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the week. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you regarding the upcoming week of August 12th to the 18th, 2024. So before we begin this reading, Aries, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance, Aries, for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading does happen to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Aries. So without further ado, I'm now going to pull the energy and we'll see what wants to come through for you for this week. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Aries. Wasn't focused enough. Alright, Aries, let's go ahead and see what we got going on here for you. And before we get into the tarot, we're going to start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards for you. And the oracle cards that I'm about to show you for this week contain the energy that you need less of. The energy that I'm about to show you is the energy that will block your success and happiness when it comes to the 12th to the 18th of August. So let's go ahead and start. The first one is awareness. Awareness here. And the first message coming through is some sort of thing about self-obsession. You know, there's something about a painful awareness, Aries, that you can do as much psychoanalyzation as you want. You can do as much shadow work as you want. You can do as much inner work as you want. That will help you, but this week it seems like that will actually hold you back, and there needs to be more of a focus on the external world. And there's something about focusing less on yourself and focusing more on other people. Instead of turning your attention into your own faults, into your own blessings, it's almost like you want to turn your awareness around and like focus on the world around you, focus on your relationships. How can you be of service to help other people become more aware? There's also something about helping other people become more aware, not through your words, but through your actions, like lending someone a helping hand or doing something tangible that will help other people rather than just focusing on and psychoanalyzing yourself this week. I think that's going to be really important for you. And with this awareness, it's like, don't beat yourself up this week, you know? There's something about you can take actions that will help you. You can just get moving. You can get off your butt and you can make things happen in the world instead of thinking, oh, I'm not ready, or oh, I need to do more shadow work, or oh, I need to psychoanalyze myself, or what is my past life skill? Forget all that. Just take action this week is really what I feel for you, which shouldn't be a problem for Aries. But there's also something about like a painful realization that the world does not revolve around you. And it's like when you walk into a room, even if people are obsessed with you when you walk into a room, they're not as obsessed as you think they are, because everyone is always primarily concerned with themselves. So it's like, take off the self-obsession, stop having infinite awareness. And for many of you Aries, that's difficult because you're so spiritually tuned in that you just feel like you get awareness coming to you. So maybe ground yourself, and painful awareness about other people, painful awareness about yourself, I feel is going to block you. So it's almost just like pretend that it's just a physical world this week. That sounds stupid, but I'm telling you, this is what you need. Less awareness. You're psychoanalyzing yourself. You're psychoanalyzing, spiritually analyzing people to hell. Okay. Now, the next energy that you need less of is the Nine of Pentacles, ripeness. And there's something here about doing it on your own. There's something here about your business or your work life that you need to rely on other people's excellence rather than thinking that you can just do it all on your own. That's the thing coming through here, Aries. So this is also about the day that you plant the seed is not the same day that you eat the fruit. So from the 12th to the 18th, if you try to pick the fruit off this tree, and you try to harvest something in your life rather than laying the groundwork, the foundational work, you might eat the fruit and it's not going to be ripe yet. So there's something about putting in the work, getting out of your head, stop self-obsessing. And with the self-obsession thing, it's also about asking for help, and it's about creating a team around you, because life is relationships, is what I'm getting. So don't think that the project that you're working on is completely ripe yet. There's a lot more that you can do foundationally. So instead of picking the fruit off the tree, you can water the tree. You can send the tree good energy, but don't pick the fruit yet. And the Nine of Pentacles is also about financial independence. So I think there's something here about creating financial interdependence with other people, creating win-win scenarios rather than trying to enter into a win-lose or a zero-sum game with people. And some of you might have been trying to enter into zero-sum games with people because you didn't trust them. But let people's actions do the work this week. Let people prove to you what they can do with their actions rather than prematurely thinking, I'm not going to team up with this person because I know that their shadow will surface eventually. Give them the opportunity. And give yourself the opportunity to stop being so hyper independent. And this is a weekly reading, right? So from the 12th to the 18th. Now the next energy you need less of is moment to moment. And this is like the Two of Pentacles, right? And so there's something about like juggling or like a derp state. Like there's something about like a careless thing. There's also, the main thing here, Aries, is that the person who chases two birds at the same time often doesn't catch any one of the birds, and both of the birds will fly away. So this is about unscattering your energy, perhaps getting more of a single-minded approach, clarity, because here's the thing. The energy that you need less of is awareness and moment to moment. So what I get from this reading, Aries, is like from moment to moment, you're going to be having this idea, this idea, this idea. Screw the ideas. Take the first one that comes to you and milk it all the way through. There's also something here about watering the plant that will produce fruit for you rather than trying to water a bunch of different plants. Or like once you find the source that will produce you milk for a long time, that will produce you gold, go all in on that. Don't try to go over here, go over here, go over here, go over here. And that also is like to do with people too. That's also to do with people too, I feel. So with that being said, now let's continue into this reading. Your opportunity is the Page of Cups. This is your opportunity. And I feel like intuitively this is actually to work with your own immaturity that's being disguised as maturity. What? Let me repeat that. A lot of you are this week going to be tempted to feel like you are spiritually mature, psychologically mature, physically mature, because you have more awareness than other people. It doesn't just have to be spiritual. This can be the Aries jacked person at a gym, like looking at other people lifting weights wrong. And they're like, could you imagine that if I was in their avatar, how jacked I could get if I controlled their body and did it right? There's something here about be aware. Listen, for the Aries listening, there's something about something that you're doing that you're calling mature that is extremely immature. And that's okay, because we're Aries and we're the baby. We're the first sign in the zodiac. It's gonna happen. But check yourself before you wreck yourself. And I feel like your opportunity here is, first of all, to check your own immaturity at the door. And instead of labeling other people as immature, realize what energy are you bringing to the table that may actually be enabling the immaturity of others. It's time for you to take responsibility instead of psychoanalyzing others, psychoanalyzing yourself. Just take action. Get out of your head. There's something that you're doing that is highly immature that you're calling mature that needs to come to an end. Now, the Page of Cups is also about someone who is a little bit like naive or gullible, okay? Naive or gullible. So there's something here about an opportunity of perhaps tapping into your inner child and realizing that the world is what you make it to be. And if you just want to sit here in painful awareness, you can have a very serious kind of dark world, even if it's real. And you know what? Before I continue here, Aries, you know what a lot of you are going to be struggling with for this week? Do you want to know why you're so sad? Do you want to know why you're not happy? Because you're too smart. Do you want to know why this week, the painful awareness of burning truth? I'm not saying that what you're tuning into isn't true, dog. I'm not saying it's not true. But what I'm saying is, it's like if I was in an interview right now and people would be like, so Autistic Mystic, why are you unhappy in life? I'd be like, because I'm too smart. Because I can see what's going on in the world. I can see where. But guess what? Do you want to be right with awareness, or do you want to be functional and at peace? Which one, Aries? Okay, because the choice is yours this week. And with the Page of Cups here, being here, like there's an opportunity for you to be a little bit naive again. You can go back into Aries. You can go back into the purity of the Aries energy. You know? Of like, we're the first sign in the zodiac. Everything is fresh. That's why the best thing for Aries to do is to be present to the moment and to not have these crazy psychoanalyzing thoughts, downloads. Just the power of Aries is presence. And when you're present, you get delivered presence from the universe, even if it seems a little funky to your something that you're doing that you think is so mature that's actually immature. And the true path for you is to be more immature, but pure immature, rather than not allowing yourself to be immature because you're actually doing something that's mature that's actually immature. Yes! Now, you have in your challenge the Queen of Cups, okay? And there could be some sort of love hiccup, going on for you. I feel that the Queen of Cups is like nurturing and unconditional love, and there could be something with a water sign that you're struggling to get onto the same page as. And the Queen of Cups here is like the mother who can nurture, who can like see her child's faults, but not like beat the child, like the Queen of Pentacles or like the Queen of Swords, right? The Queen of Cups here is going to see the faults in themselves. Is going to see the faults in other people around them. And instead of berating them with awareness and just being like, you're not on my level, bye, you're going to have unconditional love to water the tree, to water people in your life, to let it grow. And so just be aware of that. That's really what I get. There's also something here about like a love situation that you're currently in, Aries, that has so much long-term potential, but there's just these issues that we're working through that we've been talking about this whole time. And it's like the solution is often found where you least want to look. Did you hear me? The solution to your love life, to everything for this week, is found where you least want to look. So let's go ahead and get into this reading. Your overall general energy, Aries, is the Sun, the Ace of Cups, and also the Four of Wands in reverse. So this is actually a really happy week for you. There's a lot of clarity coming in. There's a lot of new love coming in. I feel like there's a rush of new emotions if you can make the adjustments here that we're discussing. There's a lot of happiness and new positive emotions coming in for you this week, point blank. But there is something that you've outgrown that you may try to cling to. And there's a danger here towards the 18th of August that you fall out of alignment, because the Four of Wands in reverse is like a celebration. It's like a party. And what I feel here is this has to do with the ripeness. You're not as ripe as you think that you are yet. And oftentimes Aries can be impatient and you just want to, oh, look, I got some progress today. Now let's let it all go and let's have a party. You know what I mean? Oh, let's prematurely celebrate. Let's prematurely rip something from the tree. Right now, it's time for you to really take action, focus on other people, get out of your head. And part of that includes not celebrating prematurely. There's still more. I feel like there's something here that you're going to try to prematurely do. And this could even be commitment-wise. There may be a rite of passage that is difficult for you to get through in your love life for many of you for the 12th to the 18th. I feel whether you're just getting to know someone, whether you're in love with someone, there's something about like maybe making it through a period before you give up everything to someone. It's kind of what I feel. Now, when it comes to what you don't see coming, you have the Ten of Wands, the Four of Swords in reverse, and also the High Priestess here. So in what you don't see coming, there's definitely going to be some sort of like burden here, or there's an ending that leads to a lack of peace. The Ten of Wands is like feeling like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, but it also could just have to do with hard work, but there's something burdening you. And the Four of Swords in reverse here is like a lack of stability. It's interesting that you have the Four of Wands in reverse, the number 4, and then you have the Four of Swords in reverse. So I feel like there's amidst these changes, there is going to be this feeling of a lack of stability. There's going to be a feeling of a lack of peace. But once again, I feel like something that was giving you a false sense of peace is coming to an end. And for many of you, you can use your intuition. There's something that you were doing that you were calling very mature that was literally the most immature thing on planet Earth. And as you give up that thing, as you give up that way of being or that state of automation or that coping mechanism, it's going to be different things for different Aries. You're going to feel this week from the 12th to the 18th a temporary lack of peace. But it's actually like a growing pain. And it's actually like you're not kidding yourself anymore. You know what I mean? That's really what I feel. And so there may be like, this week you may feel a little bit burdened. You may feel a lack of stability, but you're intuitively going to know that you're on the right path. Okay? And it's not about getting infinite intuitive downloads and psychoanalyzing yourself and other people. But there's something about intuition will be strong this week. Okay? There's something about like you understanding the mystery of life, but not in the way that you were. There's something about you allowing the mystery of life to unfold by being true and dignified, rather than perhaps wanting the mystery to be revealed to you instantaneously, thinking that that would actually help you. There's something about, there is, and I'm telling you, for this week, Aries, there is a mystery that is still going to be concealed from you, but you're not meant to know about it. It's not ripe. It's not the time to know. Get grounded. Chop wood, carry water. Stop trying to know every infinite thing and calling it mature. And then, when it comes to your advice from Spirit, you have the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. So this is about moving towards your legacy with love and speed and not thinking too much. The Knight of Swords is about someone who just, they do things and they don't get trapped in this energy of awareness. They don't say, I'm not good enough for this situation. I'm too good for this situation. I'm not good enough. I'm better than you. I'm worse than you. No, they just do. And when it comes to your long-term goals, there's going to be some sort of, once again, watering the tree of relationships, getting out of your head. You're not the center of the universe. Start to pay more attention to how you make other people feel than how people are making you feel. And have unconditional love. And when you do that, your challenge is the Queen of Cups, and your advice, you have the King of Cups. There's some sort of thing that you may be learning painful truths about relationships when it comes to your own immaturity. And instead of trying to alter the immaturity of other people, judging them for being immature, or instead of trying to escape the Matrix was within you the whole time. People respond to your energy. Stop trying to do shit to how they make you feel. I'm not even going to clarify because this is what you needed to hear for this week, Aries. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you.